How's everybody doing? Today I'll be reviewing the horror thriller movie 11-11-11. If you've seen it, definitely let me know what you think of it. The film is directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, who directed Repo the Genetic Opera, the Mother's Day remake, and Saw 2, 3, and 4. The lead actor Timothy Gibbs looks a lot like actor Jonathan Shaich. I'm probably saying that wrong, but look them up on IMDb and you'll see what I'm talking about with the resemblance. This is definitely a movie whose premise will spark a lot of debate between Rafter spectators, and anything religion related is going to have a lot of controversy. The marketing campaign for this film seems to be geared towards horror fans looking for kind of an Armageddon type movie. If you're looking for that type of film, look elsewhere. This is a slowly paced, character-driven movie with religious themes. And there's no blood or guts here either, so if you're expecting something like the Saw movies, this movie definitely isn't that type of movie. So it's nothing like what the director's known for with his Saw movies and things like that. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get on to the plot. Joseph, who is a popular writer, loses his faith when his wife and son are killed in a fire. And he goes to support groups for people who have lost their loved ones. The film starts out on November 7th and it leads up to the 11th, 11-11-11, which again is part of the whole big marketing campaign here. So on the 7th, you're introduced to Joseph, and he's having a nightmare, and he's basically reliving what happened in the fire, and he's seeing his wife and son being burned up in the fire. So you can see that he's tormented by everything that happened. And then the next day, on the 8th, he gets into a car accident, and then he starts seeing things from his son to demons to a crazy, creepy old lady in the hospital who seems to be trying to warn him about something. Luckily, he survives the car accident without any scratches on him, and he's fine. Unfortunately, the person who was in the other car was not as lucky. Later on in the night, at 11:11, he gets a call from his brother letting him know that his father is dying, and he's going to spend his last few days at home, and the brother wants him to come back home to be with the family. So you have a car accident, you start seeing things, and then you find out your father's dying. That is one messed up day. The next morning, on the 9th, he travels back home to Barcelona, Spain. Although I did find it a little odd that he says he doesn't speak Spanish, although he said he moved there when he was a little kid, and he's a grown man now. And I know that they mentioned that he was sent away, but they still lead you to believe that he was there for a significant amount of time. So it's quite surprising that he never learned the language. Joseph is an atheist, and his family is very religious. His father is a priest who started a congregation in Spain, and his brother is a pastor. And he keeps seeing things that happen at 11:11. He's noticing a big trend here, where lots of different things happen at 11:11. He mentions that 11:11 was the time that his son passed away on the death certificate. His mother passed away on November 11th, 1979 while giving birth to his brother, so 11:11 again. And his watch stopped at 11:11 during the car accident. And of course he got the phone call from his brother about his father dying and spending his last few days at the home at 11:11 as well. From there he starts seeing things at his family's compound, and he's trying to make sense of this whole 11:11 situation, figure out what's going on. And he also wants to know if it has a meaning for him. And he goes on the internet and he's trying to search all about it, and he finds out online that there's a lot of people who believe in this whole 11:11 thing, and these people believe that there are beings called midwares out there who are trying to send messages, and that they have a mission that they need people to help them with. And the midwares' powers get stronger the closer it gets to November 11th. On the night of November the 10th, his purpose seems clear to him, and on the 11th, it all comes to fruition. The movie has a Ninth Gate feel to it, not just with the similarities story-wise, but tone-wise as well. There's a lot of visual tricks in the film, such as seeing something in a passing window, or somebody standing behind somebody and then when they walk away you see them, or faces or figures in the shadows, things like that. At first this works, but then it becomes very repetitive as it happens all throughout the movie. I didn't really find the characters likable or relatable, especially the lead. I had a hard time believing that he was a human being. There didn't seem to be any chemistry with the actors, and the dialogue was a bit trite. There is a funny misery line that caught me a bit off guard, and the humor seemed a bit out of place given the movie's dark tone. And that was really one of the only humorous moments of the whole film. The makeup and special effects reminds me a lot of the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The same type of look and design to it. Some may find the pacing a bit slow and off-putting, but personally for me it worked. I found the film engaging and I was fully enveloped in the story, and just enough things happened to push the pace. And the score complemented the film perfectly. It was eerie and very effective. There is definitely some creepy stuff happening at the end of the movie. And as far as the actual ending, it hinted at it throughout the movie. But I felt that the very last scene of the movie was very fitting. There is one thing that happens towards the end of the movie that is just incomprehensible. It's just one of those things that really bothers my rational thinking. And there are a few things like that in this movie, and I know it's just a movie, and things like this are often in a lot of movies. But this one scene in particular just left me saying, come on. The acting is a big weak spot as it is very wooden and really takes away from the movie. Even the parts where there is narration from the lead, it feels emotionless and like he's just reading off lines. The lead actor has the look of a leading man, and he has screen presence, but when he speaks it feels so unnatural. Especially when he screams towards the end of the movie, that was laughably bad. The tone and atmosphere of the movie was there, but again, the acting really brings this film down a notch, especially from the two male leads. It had potential, but as a whole, it didn't come to fruition. There is a twist at the end of the movie that I think a lot of people will enjoy, but it doesn't make up for the rest of the movie. The film as a whole seemed a bit bland, and too much like films we've seen before, and it didn't do enough to set itself apart from those other films. The pacing had me engaged, but it was never enough to make it a great movie. It was very formulaic. For me, even the ending wasn't that great, and that's going to be hailed as the best part of the whole movie. I admit though, I love the final scene of the movie. I found it very fitting for the film. Overall, it's a decent film, but it's not one I can give a wide recommendation to. It's worthy of a one-time watch, but there's too many things weighing it down for it to be the film that it set out to be. It had a lot of potential, and I was really interested, but it left me disappointed. It could have been so much better had it gone a less formulaic route and had better actors. I give 11-11-11 6.5 out of 10 stars. Slightly above average, but far below greatness. A one-time watch if you enjoy creepy, religious-toned, Rapture-esque thriller movies, but that's about it. Overall, the film doesn't reach its full potential, and like I said, it's just a one-time watch, a rental at best. I would recommend the aforementioned Ninth Gate for a movie of similar themes and tone. Ninth Gate succeeds where 11-11-11 does not. If you've seen 11-11-11, definitely let me know what you think of it. Leave me a comment down below, and I hope everybody's doing well. Take care.